Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to create a Durga Puja inspired look, but this time it's going to be a little different. I'm going to follow one of my favorite YouTube creator and her name is Debasree Banerjee. This is the look she has created last year for Durga Puja, and I thought why not I should follow this look of hers because I really like how the look was looking on her. So that is the reason I'm going to try it on myself. I have tried to dress a little bit like her as she is being dressed in her video. She's wearing a sari. I went with the dupatta. And yes, you're going to see the video while I do my makeup because I'm going to follow her step by step, each and everything that she's doing. And I'm going to chit chat with you about what I think about her video. So without any further ado, let's get into this video. But if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, don't forget to do that. And yes, let's get started. So as you can see, I have her video right here. She's showing her sari. So she's wearing this nice katha stitch sari. I do have a sari like this, but I did not wear it because wearing a sari is an effort. So I went with the dupatta. And now she's going to start her makeup. So I'm not going to keep on showing you. I'm going to insert the clips over here and we can watch it together also. And so she's starting off with a sheet mask over here. I'm going to pause it and I'm going to do the same. The sheet mask that I'm going to use is from Good Vibes. So I'm going to use this sheet mask. It is in the variant avocado, and avocado is supposed to be very nourishing, and she's also saying it in her video how important it is to have a nourishing moisturizer underneath your makeup. So I'm back. It's been 15 minutes that I've kept the sheet mask on, and as you can see, my skin is looking so hydrated. We are going to move on to the next step that she's doing. And the next thing that she's doing is she's applying a foundation. So for foundation, she's using the Milani foundation and I don't have one. So I thought I'll go with whatever products I have. So this is also another disclaimer that I don't have all the products that she's using. So I have mixed and matched few of mine and few of the products that I have from hers. So for the foundation, I'm going to use this Wet n Wild foundation. I'm going to take a little bit in the back of my hand. Mix it and first dot it. Also, I'm going to fix my mirror so it's easier for me to look. My face is so wet. I should have wiped it, but never mind. I'm just going to buff it in. Even though I do have oily skin just like she does, I tend to stick to gel-based moisturizer and I use sheet mask a day before a function or anything like that. But then as she was doing, I am just following it. But usually what I would do is not on the day of me having the function. So yes, so this is like one pump. I feel my face is a little bit too wet, so I'm just going to take a sponge and dab my face, and I think so I'll go with another round of this foundation. I think this is much better. I'm just going to go with one more quick round of foundation and we're going to move ahead. So the foundation is done. We are going to move on to our next step. And she's here applying a concealer. So for concealer, I have the same concealer, luckily. So I'm going to use the same concealer. It's the Maybelline Age Rewind Concealer. Wow, I knew it. It's going to come all out at once, and that is what has happened. No worries, I'm going to just apply it the way she does. So why I'm looking down is because the video is on my lap and she's applying very little. I don't think I'm going to apply directly because I have taken out a lot of product. Take a brush and apply it just like she did. Applying it onto the areas which needs more of brightness and coverage. I have a couple of spots here and there. I'm going to conceal those too. Whatever is left on my brush, I'm taking it on my lids. So it is like doing my base also for the eyeshadow. I'm going to blend it away with the same brush that I used my foundation for. She's using a pack brush, I suppose. She has fast forwarded her movements. I'm just going to do it fast. Also, my skin is doing much better. I'm using the retinol serum that I had shown you in one of my videos. If you haven't checked those out, don't forget to do that. My concealer is all blended. I'm going to quickly move on to the next step. So for powder, she's using the Maybelline compact powder, and it does not really do anything for my skin because I am super oily. So I'm just going in with my favorite powder, which is, if you haven't guessed already, it's from Palladio. It is their rice powder in the shade medium. So I'm going to take a little bit of the powder, and just like her, I'm going to use a fluffy brush and powder all the areas that I do tend to get oily. She's very lightly going in with the powder. Because I'm using a loose powder, I'm being a little bit more careful. I just dropped my mirror. I'm going to pick that up. Give me 1 minute. Yes, I'm back. I just dropped my mirror. So I picked it up and now I'm going to powder my face. It's very roughly going in with the powder and I'm doing the same. It's so good to follow somebody who has the same skin type and problems, I would say. Going on to my neck. So the next step that she's doing is she's using a sponge and a setting spray to set her makeup even more. So I got this setting spray from Wet n Wild. It's in the variant Coconut. And taking my favorite beauty sponge from Blue Heaven, I'm going to spray this and buff my makeup more. Now all these steps are very usual in my makeup routine also, so it's just like very easy to follow her. And yes, I've set my makeup. We're going to move forward. She's doing her eyebrows with the Benefit Ka-Brow. Now I don't have the Benefit Ka-Brow, so I'm going to go in with my favorite Nikake eyeliner pencil. The texture is very waxy, so I think I will be able to achieve the look. I do have pot eyebrow products, but then I find this really handy. I have brush residues on my face. That brush is shredding like nobody's business, but I really like it, so I'm not able to throw it away. Yes, so for eyebrows, as I mentioned, I'm using this Nikake eyeliner pencil. Using a spoolie just like her to brush it. So eyebrows are done. I'm not going to set it any further. We are going to move on ahead. I think the next step that she is doing is her eyeshadow. Now for her eyeshadow, she's using this gorgeous palette from PAC. But I have found a dupe and it is again one of my favorite brands, Makeup Revolution, and I'm going to show you the inside of the palette. It is such a gorgeous palette and I have all the shades that she's going to use today. So I thought I'll go with just one palette. It's even easier to recreate if you want to try it. It's their neutral versus neutrals palette. And look at the shade. They are so beautiful, so gorgeous. She's using a terracotta shade all over her lids. So I'm going to take the same shade from this palette, which is this one. Dust off the excess. So I haven't set my concealer that I've used before. So this shade is going to do that. So I've placed this eyeshadow and now she says that she's pulling it upwards her crease. I'm going to do the same with another brush. Taking a more fluffier brush, I'm going to just do as she says, pulling it upwards her crease. So hers and my eye shape are different, so I'm going to just do it as much as it will look good on my eye shape. And she has kept the intensity of her outer crease a bit more than what her lids have. So just building the intensity on my outer crease. Let's see what she does next.
Next, I'm taking a fluffy brush and gently buffing the edges.
And I will do the same. You must have heard it 100 times how important it is to have a blended look because it makes it look like your own skin. So give those extra minutes and time to blend away everything from concealer, foundation, eyeshadow. It's all about blending. So for her lid, she's using this Lakme palette, but as I don't have that palette, I'm using my same palette and taking a flat brush. I'm going to dip it into this gold shade here. I think my fingers will be a good option to go with this, but first I'm going to try it with a brush. And just like she's doing, I'm going to swipe it over my lids, inner half.
I am gently dragging the brush onto my eyelid because I really want this to be pigmented, and I'm only going halfway across and then pulling the brush like this just so that the application is not as dense as I'm going outwards.
So she's also highlighting her inner corner with the same gold shade. I'm going to use the same and highlight mine.
I'm also applying this starting from the inner corner. So I'm going to use this particular gold shade as the inner corner highlight. So I'm just taking a little bit more of that warm terracotta shade and just gently buffing this in. And now I'm just going to buff the edges just to make sure it's all seamless.
Next, she's going with this liquid eyeshadow. I seem to have the same liquid eyeshadow from Nikake. Very recently I've used this, so I was very happy to see her also use the same thing. So I'm going to take it very little onto my hands first, and just like she's doing, I'm going to apply it on my lid area.
So I did not apply that directly onto the eyes because I didn't want too much glitter. I think it's gonna look really nice on top of the golden eyeshadow.
Just to give that extra glitter effect that she says.
I'm also taking in a little bit onto the inner corner directly from the brush.
Moving to the liner now, I'm going to use a felt tip liner. This is a very much used liner, as you can already see from the packaging. I'm quickly gonna do a very short wing. I'm not going to go as exaggerated as she has. Eyeliner done. We're going to move ahead. Going in with some mascara, and the mascara I'm going to use today is this Colossal Maybelline mascara. But before I do the mascara, this is one extra step that I'm going to do because I don't have as good lashes as she does. So I'm going to curl my eyelashes real quick. Moving back to the eyes, I'm going to take the same shade that she has applied on the crease and smoke it onto my lower lash line. And then she's taking that gold shade and applying it on her lower inner waterline. So she's going in with her kajal next. I'm going to take this Nelf kajal and quickly apply it onto my waterline, also inner 1/3 of my eyes. That is what she's doing here.
I'm also going to tight line my eyes, which means I am applying it
That's difficult.
onto my upper waterline. It might look really uncomfortable. You'll get used to it.
So that's it. She's again moving back to her face and she's going to contour. So for contouring, I'm using this Rimmel Stay Matte. So she's being very precise to where she's applying her contour. Let's be very precise with ours as well. I am going to do this thing where I'm going to take my bronzer onto the rest of the face with no extra product. Little bit on my forehead. So the next step is her blush. And for blush, because I don't have an exact shade that she's using, I'm going with my same eyeshadow palette and take a little bit mix of what I've applied on my crease with a peachy shade from the same palette. Mix it and apply it as my blush. Coming to everybody's favorite part, she's using an highlighter, and yes, I have the same highlighter as she does. It's the Maybelline Master Chrome. Taking a fan brush and applying it everywhere. Now she's buffing it in because she feels it's a little bit too much. But I don't feel that, but then yes, following her, so let's just buff a little bit here and there. Moving with the lipstick, she's using a very orangey red color. Now I thought it won't look that good on my skin, so I'm going to go in with a red color but more towards the bluish red. And for that, I'm going to use this lipstick. It's from Miss Keen. So if you have watched my Thailand haul, I'd shown this lipstick and it's such a gorgeous lipstick and it goes so well with my skin tone. As you can see, I have messed it up a little bit here and the lines are not that great. Why is because I'm going to take a lip liner. Now she's not doing anything of that sort, but it is just one more extra step that I'm adding. So she's taking the same lipstick and applying it as her bindi. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this liner that I used and I'm going to use this liner to apply a bindi. Now just like she says, we all have seen our mothers do this. And yes, my mother is no exception. I have seen her do this. I think it's in between. I hope it is. So she's setting her face a little bit more, and I do agree why she's doing that, because yes, even while applying the makeup, we do get oily. So here I am. I'm going to use a sponge and very little, because the sponge already has setting spray. I'm using it very little and very lightly. I have taken product like non-existing. So just pushing it in.
And that's it. I am so excited.
So as she said, that's it. And yes, it is it. So this is the look. I hope I did justice to what she has created, and it was such an amazing Durga Puja last year, but unfortunately this year is not the same. I don't think this time we'll be going and visiting pandals like we used to. Even in Bombay, it is such a beautiful sight. Like the 5 days of Durga Puja is like no other days in the whole year. But then yes, Corona times, stay home, stay safe. And why not? You can always recreate looks. You can do makeup at home, do virtual puja and everything. So it is all about how you want to enjoy it. And yes, I think that's it for this look. I hope I've done justice, and this look is looking so gorgeous. As she said, I have switched up a few things over here and there, because that is how it is. It is makeup to suit your skin tone, type and preferences. So I hope you liked this video. If you did, don't forget to like and comment down below and subscribe to my channel. Until next time, bye. Take care.